Hello, and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. Hope everyone is doing well. Here we are, Yom Revi'i. As we're moving along with our week, please continue davening for Chalei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shlomo Chol Petzui Yisrael, safe return of our hostages. We dedicate our learning to Nishmat Seren, Daniel Shimon Rav Dram Mishel Yishom Yom Kum Domo. So we are continuing with our discussion of wine that is touched by a non-Jew. In the next chapter, Negia B'yayin. K'fi she'lamadnu, we learned in the first halacha, Gazru chachamim shekol negia shel goy oved avodah zara b'yayin shel Yisrael, kedugmas ha'ofen shebo ha'agoyim regilin asech le'elilim, te'esaras hayayin b'hana'ah. So the institution and the decree of the chachamim, of the sages, was that any time a non-Jew, but it's a non-Jew that worships avodah zara, and if he touches the wine of a Jewish person in a way that's how they used to libate towards their gods, so then this wine becomes prohibited not only from drinking but also behana, from any benefit. The way that they used to libate is that they would slosh the wine around. It's a good word. I hope I say it right. I don't know if it's l'shachshech or l'sachsech. I have to check that. My Hebrew is not excellent. But they would swish the wine around. They would touch the wine with some sort of utensil or even their hand. They would also use the nisuch with touching it with their mouths, like by drinking. That when they would drink the wine, they had intention to spit some of it out, or they would pour some of it from their mouths, so that this is how they would libate towards their gods. And even when it's clear that the non-Jew touching the wine has no intention with touching or drinking to worship their god, but since they're doing it in a way that's how they used to worship their gods, even so, it is prohibited from any benefit. And if it's done in a way that the touching is not in a worshipping fashion, but just touching, then, as we've said, the wine is only prohibited from drinking, but not from any benefit. We said benefit could be selling it, giving it as a gift, etc. Noga bayayin below kavana. Let's say the touching was inadvertent, was not intentional. So again, if the wine was touched even inadvertently, and they thought it was something else, or they thought there was perhaps even empty, again, the Shulchan Aruch rules that this is still asur to drink. You can't drink it, but you can still have benefit. But if the touching was done inadvertently, and it was done by a non-Jew that does not worship idols, then you could still drink the wine. And if there is a doubt whether the non-Jew touched the wine with intent, so we could be mekil. Since this is only a derabanan and suffix derabanan, we go lakula, and any suffix that we have in yain nesech, we could be mekil. In the note here, he has a very, very lengthy conversation again about stam yain midirabanan, about this suffix midirabanan. But I'll just say that the practical application of this, just the way the way I see it. So, if a person, let's say, at your Shabbos table and you have wine, and it's non-mevushal wine, so we have to be, and if you have non-people, let's say, helping you in your house and clearing the table, something like that, so you have to make sure that you put the wine in an inaccessible place. But if, let's say, in the course of moving things or just to clear a table, the bottle gets moved from one place to the other, so I think that falls into the category we mentioned, that's higia shelo b'kavana, meaning, and generally, if you assume that the non-Jews that we have in our midst are not worshiping avodah zarah, so you could probably be lenient in this case. But in any event, we try to be strict, we try to be stringent, and to make sure that the bottles are not available for contact, or that the help knows not to perhaps move the bottles, not to touch them. But if that's the case, one could still say that you could be makel, you could be lenient. Again, very, very complicated halachas, but practical nonetheless. So we'll see more of this as we go on. And in the meantime, please continue davening for Chalei Tzvagan Yisrael, for Shlomo Chopetzui Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, Lili Nishmat, Sarah Daniel Shimon, Rav Dron Vasheli. Thank you so much for listening, and we will Mirz Hashem see you here next time. Till then, have a wonderful day.